The Cubs had a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves. We're going to look over all 3 of those games. We're going to look at what went right and what went wrong. All that is happening on this episode of Cubs 360. And this is episode 46 of the Cubs 360 podcast. If you're interested in this content, feel free to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Twitter at Cubs360X. So, finally back. It's been forever, and it's spring training is right around the corner, so we're going to get all these videos done out of the way, and we have some additional spring training videos that will come out later in the week when it comes closer. But in the meantime, we're going to get all these series recaps from last season out of the way first, and that'll be done by around the end of the week as well. So I'm planning on having everything done at the end of the week, and we'll be all caught up, ready for this season, and boy, am I excited for it. But in the meantime, we have to circle back all the way back to September for this, and let's go. So the Cubs currently sitting at a record of 81-62. They go to Atlanta, and for the first game, Elder is pitching for the Braves, so Bush will ground out to first. Happ will strike out swinging, as well as Suzuki. Shota Imanaga pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the first. Profar will ground out to third. Olsen struck out swinging. Ozzie Albies hits a home run to center field, and Atlanta's already off 1-0. Kim will hit a base hit to center. Baldwin will hit a double to center to score Kim to make it 2-0. Acuna Jr. will hit a base hit to left, and Baldwin will score, and then Harris, the second, will ground out to second. So in the top of the second, PCA struck out looking. Nico Hoerner will fly out to center. Willie Castro hits a base hit to right, and Dansby Swanson will fly out to left. In the bottom of the second, Ozuna will fly out to center. Alvarez will fly out to center, and Profar struck out swinging. In the top of the third, Shaw struck out swinging. McGuire will ground out to second, and Bush struck out looking. In the bottom of the third, Olsen will hit a base hit to right. Albies struck out swinging. Kim will line out to left, and Baldwin flew out to left. In the top of the fourth, Happ will fly out to right, Suzuki will fly out to left, and PCA will fly out to right. In the bottom of the fourth, Acuna Jr. struck out swinging, Harris the second will pop to short, and Ozuna will ground out to short. In the top of the fifth, Hoerner will fly out to center, Willie Castro will ground out to Elder, and Swanson struck out swinging. In the bottom of the fifth, Alvarez Jr. will foul out to short, Profar will fly out to center, and Olsen will ground out to second. In the top of the sixth, Shaw will pop out to short, McGuire will ground out to second, Bush hits a base hit to right, Ian Happ gets walked, Bush will go to second, Suzuki will reach out an infield single to short, and both runners advance and the bases are loaded, but PCA will ground out to first. In the bottom of the sixth, Albies will pop out to first, Kim will fly out to center, and Baldwin will fly out to right. In the top of the seventh, Nico Hoerner hits a double to left, Castro will ground out to second, which will advance Hoerner to third. Swanson will reach on an infield single to third, and then Johnson will go in for the Braves. Swanson steals second. Shaw hits a sac fly to center. Nico Hoerner will score, and it's 3-1, and then McGuire will ground out to first. Savali pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the seventh. Acuna Jr. will ground out to short. Harris will hit a base hit to center. Ozuna will strike out swinging, and Harris stole second. Alvarez Jr. will pop out to first to end the frame. Kinley goes in for the Braves in the top of the eighth. Bush will line out to right. Happ will pop out to second, and Suzuki struck out swinging. Savali still pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the eighth. Profar will ground out to short. Matt Olson hits a home run to center field, and it is a 4-1 game. Albies will pop out to third. Kim got hit by the pitch, but Baldwin will fly out to right. Iglesias will go in for the Braves in the top of the ninth. PCA will line out to right. Hoerner will ground out to third, and Willie Castro struck out looking. That is the end of the game. The first one of the three goes to the Atlanta Braves, and they win 4-1. So the win goes to Elder, who went 7-9. And he went 6 1/3 innings pitched. He gave it 1 earned run and 5 hits, had 6 strikeouts. Shota Imanaga with the loss, who's 9-7. He had 6 innings pitched. He gave up 3 earned runs, 5 hits, and only had 4 strikeouts. Iglesias with his 25th save of the season. So, not a great start for the Chicago Cubs in this series, but they have a chance to make up for it and tie the series in game number 2. So in game number 2, Spencer Strider is pitching for the Atlanta Braves. Mike Bush will get walked. Ian Happ will hit a base hit to center, and Bush will go to second. Suzuki will hit a base hit to right to load the bases. PCA will hit a sac fly to right to score Bush to make it 1-0. And Hoerner struck out swinging. Kelly will fly out to center. Cato Horton pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the first for the Cubs. Profar will fly out to short. Olsen will ground out to short, and Albies will fly out to right. In the top of the second, Castro will fly out to center. Swanson struck out swinging, and Shaw will pop out to the catcher. In the bottom of the second, Baldwin struck out swinging, Kim will ground out to third, and Harris will fly out to left. In the top of the third, Bush will strike out swinging, Happ will hit a double to center, Suzuki will get walked, PCA will hit a base hit to left to score Happ, Suzuki will go to second to make it 2-0 Cubs. Nico Hoerner will hit a base hit to right, PCA will go to second, and Suzuki will go to third. Kelly will struck out swinging, as well as Castro. In the bottom of the third, Acuna Jr. will hit a double to center, Fraley will ground out to short, Alvarez will pop out to second, and Acuna will go to third. Profar hits a base hit to right to score Acuna to make it 2-1, and Olsen will ground out to second. In the top of the fourth, Swanson struck out swinging, Shaw will fly out to left, and Bush will fly out to right. In the bottom of the fourth, Albies will line out to center, Baldwin will ground out to short, and Kim will pop out to third. In the top of the fifth, Happ will fly out to center, Suzuki struck out swinging, PCA gets walked, he steals second, and Hoerner will ground out to second. In the bottom of the fifth, Harris will line out to short, Acuna will reach on an infield single to second, Fraley will hit a base hit to right, and Acuna will go to third, Alvarez will pop out to short, and Profar will fly out to left. In the top of the sixth, Kelly will fly out to left, Castro will hit a base hit to right, Castro gets picked off at first, and Swanson struck out swinging. In the bottom of the sixth, Olsen struck out looking, Albies will fly out to right, and Baldwin will ground out to second. In the top of the seventh, Lee will be pitching for the Braves, Shaw will ground out to short, Bush will strike out swinging, and Happ will ground out to second. In the bottom of the seventh, Cade Horton still pitching for the Cubs, Kim will line out to left, and Harris is safe at first on a fielding error by Nico Hoerner, and Kittredge will relieve Horton. In the bottom of the seventh here, Acuna Jr. will ground out to first, Harris will go to second, and Fraley struck out looking. In the top of the eighth, Diaz pitching for the Braves, Suzuki will ground out to Baldwin, PCA got hit by the pitch, he steals second, Nico Hoerner will get walked, Kelly struck out looking, Castro will get walked to load the bases, Swanson will get walked, so that will score a run and make it 3-1. Seabold pitching for the Braves, and Shaw will hit a base hit to center to score Castro, Hoerner, and Swanson on a throwing error by Harris. Shaw will go to second, so a bases clearing 3 RBI double for Matt Shaw. And Bush will struck out looking to end the frame. And the bottom of the eighth, Thielbar goes in for the Cubs. Alvarez will ground out to short, Profar will fly out to left, and Olsen struck out swinging. In the top of the ninth, Seabold still pitching for the Braves. Happ will fly out to left, Suzuki struck out swinging, and PCA will fly out to left. In the bottom of the ninth, Ben Brown pitching for the Cubs. Albie struck out swinging, Baldwin will fly out to left, and Kim struck out swinging. That is the end of the game. The Cubs tie the series. They win 6-1 over the Atlanta Braves. The win goes to Cade Horton, 10-4 on the year. 6 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 1 earned run and 4 hits, had 2 strikeouts. The loss goes to Spencer Strider, 5-13, had 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, and 8 strikeouts. So there you go. That is the end of the game. The Cubs take the second game, and the Cubs have a chance to take the series in game number 3. So in game number 3, Chris Sale is pitching for the Braves. In the top of the first, Nico Hoerner will hit a base hit to left. Happ struck out swinging. Suzuki will get walked. Kelly struck out swinging, and Santana struck out looking. Tyone pitching for the Cubs in the bottom of the first. Profar struck out swinging. Olsen will get walked, and Acuna will ground it into a double play. In the top of the second, Swanson struck out swinging, as well as Turner, and Castro struck out looking. In the bottom of the second, Baldwin struck out swinging. Kim will ground out to second. Albies will hit a base hit to right, and he goes to second on a passed ball by Kelly. Harris will foul out to left. In the top of the third, PCA struck out swinging. Nico Hoerner will hit a base hit to center. Hoerner stole second. Happ struck out looking, and Suzuki will fly out to right. In the bottom of the third, Ozuna will hit a double to center. Alvarez will hit a double to left to score Ozuna to make it 1-0. Profar will fly out to left. Olsen will get walked, and Acuna Jr. will fly out to right, and Baldwin will fly out to left. In the top of the fourth, Carson Kelly hits a home run to left to tie the game at 1. Santana will fly out to center. Swanson will reach on an infield single to short. Swanson stole second. Turner will hit a double to left to score Swanson. The Cubs take the lead 2-1. Castro will fly out to center, and PCA will ground out to first. In the bottom of the fourth, Kim will hit a base hit to center. Albies will fly out to center. Kim got caught stealing second as Carson Kelly got him from the shortstop, and Harris will ground out to short. In the top of the fifth, Hoerner will hit a base hit to center. Happ struck out swinging. Hoerner will go to second on a pickoff error by Chris Sale, and Nico Hoerner stole third, and Suzuki will hit a sac fly to right to score Hoerner to make it 3-1. Kelly will hit a base hit to left, and Santana will ground it into a fielder's choice to third, and Kelly is out at second. In the bottom of the fifth, Ozuna will hit a double to center. Alvarez will fly out to center. Profar hits a base hit to right. Ozuna will go to third. And then Rogers goes in for the Cubs. Olsen hits a sac fly to center to score Ozuna to make it 3-2. And Acuna will ground out to short. Johnson goes in for the Braves in the top of the sixth. Swanson will ground out to short. Bush will pinch it for Turner, and he hits a base hit to right. Castro will hit a base hit to left. Bush will go to second. PCA will ground out to first. Castro and Bush advance, but Nico Hoerner struck out looking. In the bottom of the sixth, Bush is now the DH. Baldwin will ground out to first. Porter Hodge goes in for the Cubs now as Kim struck out looking and Albee struck out swinging. In the top of the seventh, Kinley goes in for the Braves. Happ struck out swinging. Suzuki will get walked. Kelly will fly out to center, and Santana will ground out to first. In the bottom of the seventh, Thielbar goes in for the Cubs. Harris will pop out to short. Ozuna will ground out to third. White will pinch it for Alvarez, and he struck out swinging. In the top of the eighth, Brujan is at third for the Braves. Swanson struck out swinging. Lee will pitch for the Braves. Bush struck out looking. Shaw will pinch it for Castro, and he grounds out to third. Keller goes in for the Cubs in the bottom of the eighth. Shaw is now at third. Profar will strike out swinging. Olsen will hit a base hit to center. Acuna will ground it into a fielder's choice to the short, and Olsen is out at second. Baldwin will ground it into a fielder's choice to second. Acuna is out at second. In the top of the ninth, Iglesias goes in for the Braves. PCA will get walked. Nico Hoerner will ground it into a fielder's choice to short. PCA is out at second. Hoerner got caught stealing second. Happ will hit a base hit to right, as well as Suzuki hitting a base hit to left, which will send Happ to third, and Kelly will fly out to right. Kittredge goes in for the Cubs in the bottom of the ninth. Kim struck out swinging. Albies will ground out to first, and Harris will ground out to third. That is the game. The Braves could not complete the comeback, I would say, and the Cubs come away with it. 3-2 is the final score. The Cubs take the series and the final game. The win goes to Rogers, 3-2 on the year. 1 inning pitched for him. Chris Sale with a loss, who's 5-5. He went 5 innings pitched, gave up 3 earned runs and 7 hits, had 9 strikeouts. Kittredge was his third save of the season. So the Cubs after this series are 83-63, and the Braves are 65-81. So again, the Cubs having a really stellar season, as you can obviously tell. They have 5 series left, and I will go over all of those. So the plan is that the Braves series, along with the Rays and the Pirates series, will come out on Monday night, and the Reds, Mets, and Cardinals series will go out Tuesday night, and the series recaps for the playoffs will go out Friday night, and then all the videos regarding the offseason and spring training will begin on Saturday. So pretty much a planned out blueprint for the schedule, but it will all be here. I'm looking forward to the 2026 season with all of you, and we will have all those videos in the future as well. So there's a lot more to come on Cubs 360 in the next month and a half, so I'm looking forward to it. But give me your thoughts on this series in the comment section down below. If you're interested in the content, feel free to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Twitter at Cubs360X. So this is Jack from Cubs 360, and as always, go Cubs go!